Welcome to Keynotes to Collectibles with Curtis Zimmerman. In this series, I'll be sharing Ray's sports collection and my temporary shift from being a keynote speaker to the world of sports cards and collectibles. Well, this is Noah, my oldest son, and Noah's been such a huge help to make this journey actually possible. Without his help, I know for a fact there's no way we could have done it. So thank you, Noah, for all your help. And I'd love for you to share just kind of what you've been doing and kind of prior to even the purchase of Ray's sports collection, all that, but just your life and kind of tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Sure, yeah. So COVID obviously happened. It hit everybody pretty hard. It hit me halfway through the spring semester of my sophomore year, and I ended up coming home halfway through the semester, and I came home and I had to do the second half of the semester online, which was a new experience, obviously. And then the summer came and went, and then I had a whole nother semester of online schooling. And by the end of that semester, it was pretty much enough for me. The online experience has its upsides, but it has a lot of downsides. And by the end of it, I was ready to take a break. COVID was the best excuse to. So I ended up taking actually a gap semester for this current period of time right now. And that decision has obviously impacted my life, but also the decision to buy the warehouse, I think, to some extent, because it ended up being that with all this extra time that I have now, I can go and work in the warehouse and do things like kind of manage the inventory and keep track of all the different stuff we have, all the like cases of cards, all the random sports memorabilia that's sitting around. And it's been really interesting to get involved in that, because I know it's such a big part of your life now, and just getting to spend time helping out on that has been pretty great.
It's been really great. It's been great for me too, because you know, we're all busy, and when I'm speaking, obviously I'm traveling a lot, I'm on the road a lot, and so there's lots of things I've missed. You know, I always try to be home for birthdays and holidays and stuff, but I miss certain things. And just having the time to spend with you, even just driving to the warehouse and back every day and hanging at the warehouse and trying to figure out problem solving, because as you know, this isn't me. This isn't what I do either.
Yeah, for sure.
So Noah and I have had a lot of conversations about, okay, so here's a warehouse and we don't know anything that's in it.
Yeah.
And we don't really know anything about what's in it.
Yeah.
And so how are we going to go through and categorize it? And Noah's, spreadsheet guy.
Yeah, that's me for sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
like he gets jacked up on that kind of stuff. And so the system that you came up with, let's just run through that real quickly. So there's a warehouse and all the aisles. Tell them what you finally came up with and what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's a big question. There's a lot of different stuff, but the basic idea is in the spreadsheet we have like a bunch of different information about any given bit of memorabilia that's in the warehouse. So I get to go through and look at all the different stuff and then log it on the spreadsheet. So hopefully we'll have a big database pretty much of all the stuff that's out there. Especially the card cases, because I know that you really wanted to get a clear idea of that first and foremost.
And then when we're there and I'm walking around and I don't know where anything is, you also came up with a plan of how I can find stuff.
Organizing the warehouse, like splitting it up into different sections. That's right. So like numbering all the aisles and like classifying the back wall as like a certain area, and like the across aisles, since there's like a center lane, so it's like one side and the other side and all this sort of different stuff. Yeah.
And then the last thing is, okay, so we sell a certain amount of things. Trader's World's only open on the weekends, and we sell a certain amount of products and an X amount of boxes of baseball, basketball, hockey cards. And then I come with a list, and then I'm able now to give it to Noah.
Yeah, and I can just go and get all that stuff because I know where it all is.
So again, these are the kinds of things. Now, if he was in college right now and away at Miami of Ohio, obviously I wouldn't be able to do that, and you wouldn't be able to do it. So instead, you took the break not knowing.
Yeah.
We went, and Oliver and I wandered around Trader's World not knowing. And then Ray was so nice enough to say, hey, I really want this to work for you guys. So all these things happen never knowing the trajectory.
Yeah.
But if you're getting ready to go back to college and you had this whole experience, what would you tell people when you hear, because it's not like it's your thing either.
Yeah, that's true.
And are you a big sports fan?
No, not at all.
Right.
That's not my thing.
Right.
No.
And so what would you tell other people just about doing it anyway? The concept of that, getting uncomfortable, because you really locked down too.
Yeah.
For COVID, you didn't want to hang out with people.
For
and
sure.
The warehouse is
to me.
interesting because it's isolation.
Yeah.
So you can still feel comfortable during the pandemic. So there's so many weird things like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a different sort of thing because the transactions that happen don't all have to be in the store itself. I think at the moment a vast majority of them are, but we can have like specific people come in and, while social distancing, take them through the warehouse and let them take some stuff and sell it to them that way. The eBay store isn't up yet, but that's another way that can happen.
It may be up by the time this plays, actually.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And I know also Clara, our social media guru, is setting up Facebook Marketplace, a Facebook place to find us there as well.
And I think that those sorts of outlets would be a lot more something that I can participate in. But to answer your other question, I think that if I go back and I'm talking to people, it's about, kind of just letting yourself experiment and try different things. If you're on the precipice of something and you have an opportunity to give something new a shot, why not? Right? Why not just try something new? It is the season. It is absolutely the time for new experiences, I think, for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. And do you think that from the 3 weeks prior to us purchasing this and moving through all the videos and all the things we've done, Noah also did the voiceover, so he's done lots of different things.
Yeah, that's true. I did the audiobook for your book, Life at Performance Level, which you can find on the website, which was another one of those like new sort of experiences, trying new things, jumping outside of your comfort zone to just kind of, open yourself up to new stuff.
And I would say the same thing about the podcast.
Absolutely.
So Noah is one of the producers. We have other people that work on it as well and do editing, and all talented. But that's another thing. It's not like you were Joe producer of a podcast before.
For sure.
And now you can produce anyone's podcast, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
I don't know about anybody's podcast, but...
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting. And then all those little pieces led up to this jump now. And you were like gangbusters. You're like, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
So I just think there are so many lessons to be learned by that. And I just want to say thank you so much, because honestly, this whole experience, for me, I was just like you said, I'm not like Mr. Sports guy. I mean, I like sports. I love the Reds. I love the LA Dodgers. I grew up in LA and all that. Huge Michael Jordan fan, as you know, of course. But it's not like I know every player every year, and there are people that are really into it. That's not me. But I said, I'm going to learn a lot. We're going to have something to do. We're going to have quality time together and not sit and think about what we don't have or what's closed or if we can't go out to eat and all those things we've been talking about. So it's been really fun.
Yeah,
it's been really
absolutely.
Been
I
awesome.
agree.
Well, thank you all. I hope you enjoy this podcast today and this video. I just wanted to encourage everyone as you're listening that there are things that I've done in my life for big companies, and there's times I've invested in other people and did VIP days with executives. And the concept of this was to say, you know what if we just took some time and tried to invest in our family in a different way, and we all got uncomfortable and did something new together. And that's exactly what we all did, and it was a joint decision, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm still a speaker. I'm still going to go back when the world opens up, and I'm going to do keynote speeches, but I'll always have this as something that I did that was fun, that was different. And I'm so glad that you was just like a cheerleader the whole way. So thank you, Noah.
Absolutely.
All right, well, now it's time for my favorite part of the next 24 hours, and of course that is the 24-hour challenge. And today we're actually going to have Noah give a challenge out for everyone that's listening. And Noah, let's hear about the 24-hour challenge.
Absolutely. So today's episode was all about seizing opportunities when you get them, and being open to new experiences. But, what am I going to do, right? If I don't have any specific opportunities that I can see, what am I supposed to do to implement this into my real life? Well, here's what you're going to do. You're going to think about a person in your life, a friend, a family member, whoever else, who is going through that sort of transition. And just like I volunteered to help my dad out with his whole enterprise, just volunteer. Offer some of your time, some of your energy. It doesn't have to be big, but sometime within the next 24 hours, just go up to them and offer to help them out with whatever that new thing that they're going through is.
That's awesome. Go out and live the dream. Thanks, Noah.
Absolutely.
To learn more about Ray's Sports Collection, go to facebook.com/Ray's Sports Collection. And if you're looking for a speaker to inspire and engage your people, visit my website, curtiszimmerman.com. Thanks for tuning in to Keynotes to Collectibles.